Okay, so number 3, we're going to solve the system. So I'm going to write this as a matrix. I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 3, 5, 7, and 2, 4, 2, 8. Okay, so notice I didn't have to change row 1 because there's already a coefficient of 1. So I'm going to start with row 1 and row 2. Okay, so I want to make the x's 0. So I want to make this 0. So that means that I need to multiply the row 1 by negative 3. So I got to multiply to everything. So I'm going to have negative 3 times 2, negative 3 times 2 is negative 6, negative 3 times 3, negative 9, and negative 3 times 2, negative 6. Okay, row 2 is just going to stay the same. So if I add these, I'm going to have 0, negative 3, negative 4, 1. So this is my new row 2. So now I'm going to have row 1 and row 3. So now I want to make, when I add these, I want to make those into 0. So that means that I need to multiply the top equation by a negative 2. So I'm going to have negative 2 times 1 is negative 2. Negative 2 times 2, negative 4. Negative 2 times 3 is negative 6. And negative 2 times 2 is negative 4. And then the third row is just going to stay the same. Okay, so if I add this, I get 0, 0, negative 4, 4. So notice that I already have the 2 zeros that I need, so I don't have to go to the next step, which if you did, the next step would have been row 2, your new row 2, and your new row 3. Okay, that would have been the next step. But right now, we don't have to do that. We have our matrix. So we have these as 0. So if you didn't have this 0 here, what you would do is you would add a number to both of them so you can make them 0. Okay, so we're going to solve this. So we're going to have negative 4z is equal to 4. So we're going to divide by negative 4. So z is equal to negative 1. So then the next one I'm going to use is this one. So it's going to be negative 3y, negative 4z is equal to 1. So I'm going to substitute the negative 1 for the z. I'm going to subtract 4, divide by negative 3, and y is equal to 1. So the last one is I'm going to use row 1. So x, 2y, 3z is equal to 2. So x plus 2y plus 3z is equal to 2. So x is 1, z is negative 1, I'm going to have x minus 1 is equal to 2, so I'm going to add 1, so x is going to equal to 3. So my solution is going to be 3, 1, negative 1.